Got beat by Cyril Gane, too. I don't know if he had another fight out there, but he got beat by Cyril Gane. You remember Cyril Gane? The light skinned nigga who point fight like a, strike like a boxer and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Cyril Gane looking nice and shit. But, I mean, he fights like a bitch to me. But, he fight like a bitch. He really just a kickboxing point fighter. He don't throw no haymakers, bro. He just really just, trying to get some light strikes in, score points, bro. Like, that's it. Ain't no setups to the shit so where he can really sit down on nothing. That nigga fight too scary. He got some TKOs and shit. He got a TKO against Derek Lewis, but it's really from the fact that he's such a good point fighter that he can give you an accumulation of strikes here and there, and kind of overwhelm you, not really knock you out, nothing like that, bro.
But it's enough to win the fight. That's all that matters. But it's boring as
No, it's
hell.
not. It's all that matters in the trash ass division, bro. John Jones finna come back to the division, and everybody finna have a rude ass awakening, bro. Remember, this is mixed martial arts, bro. Cain Velasquez would rip fucking Gane apart. Cain Velasquez, had he not fucked up his knee, he lost to Ngannou, but it was because he fucked up his knee, low key. Ngannou kind of cornered him in the situation, but he didn't get knocked down from a punch necessarily. He kind of got like off balance and his knee popped out, some type of situation like that. That fight was eventually going to go to the ground because Cain Velasquez is smart as fuck. He not finna sit there and strike with Ngannou.
Yeah.
And Ngannou has next to no ground game. He utilized his ground game against Cyril Gane, who is coming from a purely kickboxing background. You're never gonna see Cyril Gane make $1 on the ground, bro. You're never gonna see him make a single cent on the ground. Not like that. Not in the real division. He got some submission wins and shit, but this shit is weak, bro. Who is that tall ass motherfucker?
Tall one.
Yeah, they got another like 7-foot dude, or not 7 foot, like 6'8" dude. Derek Lewis versus, he's like a Russian, Volkov. No, yeah, Volkov. I'm thinking Volkanovski. Yeah, Volkov. Alexander Volkov.
And that's
Motherfucker is
that Samoan dude that be drinking out the shoe.
Taitiavasa. Taitiavasa again. He's just like a dollar store Derek Lewis. Like, he's just got power, not a lot of fighting skills. You know what I'm saying? But the dude I'm talking about is Alexander Volkov. It's the dude who got his mouthpiece knocked out a few times. And the second time when he knocked the shit out that nigga, he was looking at Derek Lewis like, pick up your mouthpiece. And the referee and Derek Lewis looking at like, bro, that's your mouthpiece. Put it in your mouth. What are you doing? He looking at Derek like, put your mouthpiece. He knocked this nigga to another fucking planet, bro. Onto another planet, bro. Dude, he's such a lethargic
He looked
fighter.
at it like, shit, Francis Ngannou ain't seen his family in like 2 years and 3 years, some shit like that.
Francis Ngannou, damn sure. Nigga, that nigga mama couldn't get a visa to come see him fight.
That's fucked up.
But I mean, he'll learn eventually what lawyers to go to. You know what I'm saying? He just has no fucking clue. He just had no clue because his mama got denied the only time that he had tried at this time that I figured this shit out. And somebody, the person he was talking to was like, man, did you get, an immigration lawyer and such? He's like, no, I just, with a regular lawyer, you kind of petition the courts about the shit the way. I like, bro, nah, you got to get specialists for this shit. You got to get a specialist. Like, there's no reason your mother.
You could use a regular lawyer, but he ain't gonna know all the loopholes.
He's not gonna know exactly. Just like Ngannou doesn't even know to go get a certain lawyer for that shit. There's so many loopholes to this lawsuit, this fucking judicial system we have, bro. Like, you have to be a specialist, like, and then even then, bro, and then it's not even you have to be a specialist to have the knowledge. You have to be a specialist to get the fucking credit, bro. I could be in court right now telling the judge everything that I know about the law and why I should win this case. And it's still gonna be, but if a lawyer come in with a suit and a company behind him and say the exact same shit I just said, They're gonna be like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Boom. You know what I mean?
That's why lawyers be joining up with firms because it makes it easier. The whole firm bikes you up.
It's just credentials in general. Like, if I didn't go to college or some shit like that, it does. Which, I mean, there's something to that. I'm not just gonna trust no anybody neither. You feel me? But if I can present the law factually and verifiably, I should be able to be my own lawyer without having to go pay somebody to say the exact same shit I already know to get the same fucking result that I know I deserve. You know what I mean? It's fucking dumb. But like with Ngannou, for instance, like they treat them niggas like they're independent contractors when it suits them. And then they treat them like employees when it suits them. And that's from the fighter's perspective, and that makes all the sense in the world. You know what I mean? Y'all should shell out something toward some type of health insurance. If not, then let me go do whatever the fuck I want to do whilst being on contract with you. The only problem there is, and what makes Dana right, and whoever is calling the shots at UFC right, is that there's no, you guys don't have any other offers. This is the main show right here, buddy. So unless you guys actually go to boxing and get some competing offers, I have nothing to compete against, my nigga. So why the fuck would I just pay you unprecedented millions? Literally unprecedented millions.
Bellator ain't gonna give you that.
Well, look, you got ONE FC, PFL and shit. They will. They'll give you millions of dollars. The only difference is they've been around a fraction of the time UFC has been around. So we don't know what that's going to look like on a long scale basis. They could be bankrupt in the next 5-6 years paying that shit to fighters. They're not making they're not doing great numbers, bro, when it comes to pay-per-view. Trust me, they're not doing great numbers, bro. There's not been a single PFL fight that has topped the worst UFC fight, bro. I bet there hasn't. And PFL, I think, is the number one leading one. PFL is the one that's got the tournament bracket with the point system. Depending on who you beat, you get a certain amount of points, and then there's a playoffs, and then you fight.
Yeah. But
We
that used
don't
to be
know how
prize.
that. We don't even know how that's gonna look going forward. Like I like I like it, but I don't know how it's gonna look over like 10 seasons. I don't know how it's gonna look when you got a dude who lost this fight against somebody who was real technical, but this is the best fight against the champion right now because the styles make fights. So you can't necessarily do fights in the tournament as bracket like a football game because you're gonna miss out on some of the best fights, right? That's why in the UFC you can be Alex Pereira and just have a vendetta with Izzy and come up to the top 10 rankings just like that because styles make fights, and this is what the people want to see.
And you saw he took the title back to Brazil, to his tribe.
Nah, I ain't see all that shit. I ain't want to see none of that bullshit, man. I don't see none of that bullshit, man. Yeah, he won fair and square. That's a thick ass boy, man. That's a thick ass dude, bro. Like that nigga, he benefits from what John Jones benefited from. Like he's too big for that division, but he's not necessarily big enough to be in the next division without, like he would have to stay at a certain weight or whatever. Like he can be in the division he in and train and, drop a few pounds, that's going to come with training, boom, 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 and just be really big for that weight class. But if he was to go up a weight class, he would have to put on weight, which I would rather have to lose weight and come up and fight somebody who's naturally smaller than me than, that's how fighting works, you know what I'm saying? And it's not that he has to go out of his way to do it. He's just one of those dudes that's on the scene of a class, It's not like boxing where you got a different class every 3.5 to fucking 5 pounds and shit. 5 to 7 pounds, you got a different class, like. Which, I mean, all that shit matters, That shit definitely matters. It's just in MMA, you don't have enough prospects, enough fighters to do that many You know, do that many weight classes. One and two, the weight disparity isn't as detrimental as it is in boxing. Because, you know, in boxing all you using these hoes right here. And when you like I was telling you, the sweet zone for boxing, y'all like 6 inches away from each other. The sweet zone for MMA, y'all niggas like 2 feet away from each other. That's striking distance in MMA, 2 feet away from each other. And boxing, it's like, you know, a foot, 6 inches. Y'all right there in the pocket. Boom, 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 boom. You getting hit a lot more, and that weight motherfucking matters when a nigga lean on you like that. That's the only weapons you got is these hoes, and a nigga can lean into that bitch. Weight, the extra 5 pounds gonna motherfucking matter. But in MMA, a nigga could be 10 pounds more than me. I could take his head down. You know what I'm saying? It's really not that big of a deal. 10 pounds. If we finna roll around, ain't that big of a deal.
You got more weapons in MMA. You can kick, strike. So
And you talking about increasing that distance of where he throwing the punch from 2 feet away rather than a foot or 6 inches away. He's gonna be significantly slower than somebody that's 10 pounds. You know, it'll matter. But you got so many more advantages that you can take advantage of in MMA if you're lighter than that person, rather than in boxing. It's really not too many. You can be 10 pounds. If you 10 pounds heavier than somebody, you can be just as quick as them in boxing, is in that format, and still just get with that motherfucker. Your shit just gonna have bricks behind your hand to that nigga. Bricks.
Bricks.
Yeah. So what if I keep thinking like, nigga, why they ain't talking about they keep talking about Ngannou fighting Tyson Fury. Why they ain't talking about that nigga fighting Deontay Wilder? Shit.
Bro, that'd be a better fight.
I guess from a marketing standpoint though, it would be terrible from a marketing standpoint. 2 niggas, you know what I'm saying? We don't want to see brothers going against like that, one. And 2, like, Ngannou barely speak English. And Deontay Wilder's barely speaking English. Like, that should be some of the dumbest press conference shit you ever watch. You know, Tyson Fury can actually make it a show, and I mean that in both ways. If Tyson Fury boxing Ngannou, it's going past 6 or 7 rounds inevitably because Tyson Fury is gonna be able to get away from whatever Ngannou's doing. You know what I'm saying? It'll be up to Tyson Fury to engage him whenever he wants to. Ngannou's not going to be able to engage Tyson Fury on his own front ever in the fight with him. So it's going to get past 6 or 7, and that's good for showmanship. That's good for entertainment. Right?
Good for money.
Right, it's good for the money. Just like how Floyd Mayweather out there literally holding Lex Paul up. What's his name?
Paul Logan.
Logan Paul Logan. Holding this nigga up, get your ass up, and they literally sold as many tickets on the back end of the fight as they did before the fight started.
And this Logan dude had the audacity to say that he the only one that
he lasted. He lasted. Boy, if you don't stop. Anyway, nigga, please. But they got. I think the Wilder fight would be wildly unpredictable, to say the least. That's like wildly unpredictable because Wilder. While I always say Wilder ain't no boxer, this nigga can't box to save his life. He's still closer of a boxer to Tyson Fury than Ngannou will be to either of them, right? Could we say that? Ngannou don't have no specific boxing skills, nigga. Like,
yeah.
He just be throwing them hoes, bro. But Deontay Wilder just be throwing them hoes too. But he's been in a boxing format doing that shit for way longer. You know what I'm saying? So like he's gonna just become.
He ain't learn nothing.
Nah, he ain't learned nothing, but he's just gonna be moving in such a way because as bad as the fighter Deontay Wilder is, he don't just get dropped like that, nigga. Don't nobody just be dropping that nigga, right? Like Ortiz then gave that nigga a fit Ortiz gave that nigga a fit, bruh. The first time for sure. Deontay Wilder standing up on that boy. I don't remember. I think Deontay got dropped maybe a couple times before Fury, but I can't remember.
I don't know.
I can't remember. I
I
mean
didn't
now,
really look into the Fury fight.
and just to be consistent, yeah, we did go over the fact that Deontay Wilder be fighting everybody that then came off a 2-year hiatus and shit. Old
Or
ass
a
niggas and
rematch.
shit. Yeah, you know, whatever. But still, I
That's
done
my
seen that
favorite.
nigga take some shots. He ain't just finna go down neither. So you talking him versus Ngannou? It's gonna get to haymaker season real
Early.
quick. Like second, third round, it's gonna be haymaker season.
Especially because Francis Ngannou don't like getting hit, so this nigga gonna be like, "Fuck, I'm trying to get out of here."
Bro, it'll be so fascinating to see Ngannou's uppercut land with that nigga Deontay Wilder, or to see Deontay Wilder's fucking left or right hook land on that nigga Ngannou, bro. Bro, it'll be so fascinating. Now Ngannou's 6'4", Deontay Wilder's 6'7", and got a reach advantage. I'm pretty sure. And
But I think that I mean it'd be a good fight because it's gonna be a KO. But I think Tyson Fury,
Tyson Fury will be the more marketable, more friendly fight, though.
because Tyson Fury in the first couple rounds, he's just gonna be like, "Oh, I got this dude.
In
I'm
the
gonna just have
first
to."
4 or 5 rounds, bro, there's no reason to sit down and actually throw something on this nigga. Tyson Fury could actually make this shit go 12 or 10. They probably gonna do 10. You know, he would make it go 10.
That would be funny though, just to see that nigga do some look.
But it wouldn't be no real. But it wouldn't be no real fight though. You see what I'm saying? Like it'll be
Yeah,
more marketable, a longer fight, but it wouldn't be no real fight. Deontay
I feel like
Wilder would actually have to fight this dude. Like Tyson
yeah,
Fury would not be fighting Ngannou. He would be schooling Ngannou, like
yeah,
showing him a boxing expose, basically.
yeah,
It would not be
yeah.
no fight, bro. Like it's not even
It'd be
because
it's gonna be
mind you,
boring as hell. It's gonna be boring as
A part of Tyson Fury's success is not only that he's good and understands boxing on a intellectual level higher than everybody else in the heavyweight division. He's also bigger than all of these niggas. He's 6'9". Like I say, Wilder
Mhm.
really get away with a lot of shit because he's 6'7". But Fury knows how to box and he's 6'9". You cannot beat that shit, bro. You cannot beat that shit, bro. Ali was
He
like
like
6'5".
he like Brock Lesnar in the UFC. How you this big and move
You
this
can't be
fast? It's
that
not
big and be
possible.
that fast and lose. Like it don't work. Like this nigga Tyson know how to jab, get up out of there, boom, boom, get up out of there, get up on the rope of there, bop, get up out of there, get up out of there. And you look at a nigga like Joshua, no skills, bro. Just trash ass punches. Don't know how to bend at the waist. Don't know how to move his feet when it's time. Like it's
I
just
feel like that's how I would box, nigga. This
We
nigga just
seen
look
you,
like
nigga. We got a TikTok video. Don't make me pull it up.